I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I'm afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion. Alexander's journey to becoming a ruler started after his dad, King Philip II, got assassinated in 336 BC, leading to a lot of chaos in the kingdom. At just 20 years old, Alexander ascended to the throne of Macedonia. He demonstrated his strength by swiftly dealing with revolts in Greece and asserting Macedonian dominance over the Greek city-states that had previously rebelled against his father. In 334 BC, Alexander embarked on his legendary military campaign to conquer the Persian Empire. With a small but highly trained and fiercely loyal army, he crossed the Hellespont with an army of around 35,000 troops. He faced the immense Persian Empire, which held vast resources and territories spanning from Asia Minor to Egypt and beyond. In 334 BC, the Battle of Granicus began when Alexander's army crossed the Granicus River and clashed with the Persian forces near the Granicus River in Asia Minor, modern-day Turkey. Persians were commanded by the satraps of the region. Alexander employed a clever strategy by leading a cavalry charge across the river, despite the Persians' strong defensive position. Despite facing a larger Persian force, Alexander managed to break through the enemy's lines, and a fierce battle ensued. His cavalry played a crucial role in securing victory. The Persians suffered heavy losses, and their leaders fell in battle. The Battle of Granicus in 334 BC marked Alexander's first major victory against the Persians, setting the stage for further campaigns into Persia. In 333 BC, at the Battle of Issus, Alexander faced Persian King Darius III's forces. Despite being outnumbered once again, Alexander's tactical maneuvers led to another resounding victory. Darius fled, leaving behind his family and treasures, which fell into Alexander's hands. Alexander's biggest win over the Persians happened in 331 BC at the Battle of Gaugamela. In 33 BC, the Battle of Gaugamela began between Alexander the Great's Macedonian army and the Persian Empire, led by King Darius III. It took place near the town of Gaugamela, in present-day Iraq. Darius III, aiming to halt Alexander's advance, assembled a massive army comprising infantry, cavalry, and war chariots. His forces outnumbered Alexander's troops. Alexander employed innovative strategies, including the feigned retreat tactic, which lured a portion of Darius's forces away from their main formation, creating gaps in their lines. During the battle, Alexander's forces faced fierce resistance, but his well-trained troops managed to hold their ground. Utilizing his companion cavalry and infantry phalanx, Alexander made a decisive move. He led a direct attack towards Darius, targeting the Persian king personally. Amidst the chaos of the battle, the Macedonian army broke through the Persian lines, causing panic and disorder among Darius's troops. Witnessing the collapse of his army, Darius fled the battlefield. His decisive victory shattered the Persian forces and led to the collapse of the Persian Empire's central authority. After Gaugamela, Alexander swiftly captured key Persian cities, including the Persepolis, the heart of the Persian Empire. These victories and the subsequent fall of Persepolis marked the end of Darius III's rule. Though Darius managed to escape, Alexander pursued him relentlessly. However, before he could capture Darius, the Persian king was assassinated by his own men. Alexander's conquest of the Persian Empire laid the foundation for his vast empire that would stretch from Greece to Egypt and into the heart of Asia. After subduing the Persian Empire, Alexander's desire for further conquests led him to cross the Indus River in 326 BC. Encountering fierce resistance from local rulers, Alexander faced one of his most formidable opponents, King Porus, at the Battle of the Hydaspes River in 326 BC. Despite Porus's smaller army, his use of war elephants posed a significant challenge. Alexander's army reached the banks of the Hydaspes River, and Porus positioned his forces strategically to defend against Alexander's crossing. Alexander devised a plan to cross the river. Under the cover of night and aided by a storm, Alexander's troops crossed the Hydaspes upstream, catching Porus off guard. The battle commenced with both sides engaging fiercely. Despite the initial shock of facing war elephants, Alexander's troops held their ground. Alexander demonstrated tactical ingenuity by maneuvering his forces to attack Porus's elephants from the flanks. Utilizing his cavalry's speed and agility, he targeted the vulnerable sides of the elephants, causing chaos among Porus's ranks. King Porus fought courageously, but was eventually defeated. Captured by Alexander, he was brought before him. Impressed by Porus's bravery and dignity, Alexander asked how he wished to be treated. Porus replied, "Like a king." Alexander reinstated Porus as the ruler of his kingdom, showing admiration for his valor. As Alexander pushed deeper into India, his army encountered harsher conditions, daunting terrains, and unfamiliar adversaries. Reaching the Beas River, Alexander's troops, exhausted and facing mounting resistance, expressed their reluctance to advance further into unknown lands. Realizing the limitations of his overextended army, Alexander made the difficult decision to turn back. During this return, Alexander's health began to deteriorate. He suffered from illness, possibly exacerbated by wounds sustained in battles. In the midst of planning further conquests, Alexander fell critically ill in Babylon. His sudden illness led to his death at the young age of 32. With his passing, the empire he had meticulously built was left without a clear successor. Facing the absence of a direct heir, Alexander's generals, known as the Diadochi, vied for power and control over different parts of the empire. Amidst these power struggles, a semblance of division emerged. Ptolemy, one of Alexander's most trusted generals, seized control of Egypt and established the Ptolemaic dynasty. Seleucus secured control over Persia and established the Seleucid Empire, while others claimed territories in Macedonia and Asia Minor. Alexander the Great was one of the greatest military leaders the world has ever known. His legacy endured through the Hellenistic period. Conquer your fear and you'll conquer death. Alexander the Great. Thank you for watching our video. This is the History Scrolls channel, and we will catch you on the next one.